P0740 Torque Converter Clutch Solenoid Circuit. Open circuit malfunction. The Powertrain Control Module detected an abnormal reading from the torque converter clutch circuit, according to the P0740 trouble code. The PCM typically undergoes a number of checks, and before the light illuminates, the reading must be abnormal for a predetermined period of time. This code is regarded as general and unspecific. Some manufacturers don't list it at all, and others slightly alter the meaning to mean something else. Because of this, it's best to research manufacturer-specific codes according to the kind of car you drive. Causes. Although there are many other potential causes, it's common to assume that the torque converter clutch is the problematic component because this trouble code has to do with it. Here are some to think about. Electrical malfunction, improper transmission fluid level, defective torque converter clutch solenoid, internal transmission damage, malfunctioning torque converter, faulty PCM. Serious problems are capable of causing the P0740 error code. The car could break down at any time, leaving you stranded. It's also possible to encounter performance issues that are so severe that they have an impact on how you drive. You run the risk of getting into an accident if the car is shifting erratically in heavy traffic. Beyond that, continuing to drive your car with this issue will only result in more harm. You might seriously harm the transmission, incurring much more expensive repair costs. How to diagnose. Starting the diagnostic procedure is simple if you have a code scanner that is compatible. Unfortunately, you require more than the free code scan service that your neighborhood auto parts store provides. To begin, adhere to these steps. Check for other DTCs. You might be able to solve the problem by piecing together the other codes, if there are any. Check the transmission fluid level and top it off if needed. Additionally, you ought to examine the fluid's quality. Change the fluid if it appears to be contaminated or outdated. To determine its status, compare it to a transmission fluid color chart. Check the transmission wiring harness for signs of rust, fraying, or other damage. Replace a connector or wire if you notice a problem. You can perform additional tests if you have a digital multimeter. Start by looking in the service manual for the wiring diagram for your car. Connect the pins on the multimeter to the internal wiring of the transmission control module, and each side of the clutch solenoid circuit. To ensure the correct number of ohms, check each connection. Visit a mechanic if you need to perform a diagnosis that goes beyond what we've described. Some of the steps can become more difficult, and they may not be suitable for untrained people. The transmission should be handled carefully to prevent further harm. How much does it cost to fix code P0740? After going through the diagnostic procedures, you ought to have a better understanding of what needs to be fixed. The next thing to do is to figure out how much that fix might cost. We have some estimates that, on average, include both parts and labor. However, the cost might be less expensive if you can make the repair yourself. Add or change transmission fluid, $50 to $350. Repair electrical malfunction, $50 to $550. Replace torque converter clutch solenoid, $55 to $550. Replace torque converter, $450 to $1,500. Update or replace PCM, $550 to $2,500. Replace or rebuild transmission, $1,200 to $5,500. Hope the information was useful for you. If so, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel.